All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Market Trading. I'm your host, Tone Vays. Let me get my camera properly set. There we go. As you can see, I'm back in the woods. I was freezing last time. A little better now. I just took off my sweatshirt. Actually, it is a bit chilly. I look properly in the hoodie in the woods. Was using this bad boy earlier. I had to chop up some wood. That's the wood that you see burning behind me. I'm back to smoking ribs. It is 10 in the morning. This is better. There we go. How's the live chat going? Mexico City. I'll be in Mexico later this year. I don't know about Mexico City, but I'll be some parts of Mexico. I'm smoking beef ribs. You see them behind me. I'll be running over there, making sure that fire doesn't go out. And all right, what the hell is going on here? Hold on. There we go. Get there. Yeah, I'm gonna check on the fire in a second. Hi, if there's any traders or any moderators in here, I may bring you up into the stream because I'm gonna be walking around checking on the fire. I hope I don't have to cut any more firewood for the smoker fire. And I'm posting a bunch of stories to Instagram. I got my beef brine. I was brining the ribs this morning. I'm gonna brine more meat a little later. Thank you for joining, guys. Raphael, Amy Johnson softball. Did you play in college? Man, I played on softball teams for like 15 years. I tried out for the baseball team as well. I didn't make it. But man, I haven't played softball with my friends in forever. Reminds me of my softball days. Brad Taylor, what's your theory on why Bitcoin and Ethereum move together? It's annoying. I mean, they don't really move together. Ethereum's been going down against Bitcoin for like 7 years. Do you see the ascending triangle on Bitfarms on a daily and weekly? I don't know. We'll have to take a look. UK is here. Yeah, happy Father's Day, guys. We're barbecuing today for Father's Day. That's why I'm here in the woods with the family. It's nice up here. I like it. All right, let's go to the charts. Valdosta State University. Ooh, I'm not familiar with that one. Where is that? Where is Valdosta State? Look, the reason why Ethereum and Bitcoin move together is because it's mostly the same people trading them. Oh, so I'm assuming it's in California then. The only place with good wine in the US is pretty much California. I actually really like California wine. It's the only useful thing in that state. All right, let's go to the charts. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll show you guys around first. Let me check on the fire, then we'll go to charts. Yeah, I'm lazy this morning. I've been cooking. Oh, okay. I do need to move some things around. I only have like one log on right now. Grab one more. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Hold on, let me get into the camera. Is the camera moving? Camera's moving. Okay, cool. Now, if I zoom the camera in, is it going to zoom in? Zoom. Zoom. Doesn't want to zoom. Zoom. There it is. And let me see. If I go down, there we go. So I don't know if you can see that. See that? Those are the beef ribs. Everything else is going to be put on the grill later. Ah. Oh. Come on, camera. There we go. Now I need to zoom it out. Maybe zoomed out a bit much, but I don't have the option to like manually with my hands zoom it in halfway. It's either zoomed in or zoomed out. Okay, let's go to charts. All right, so we're on a Bitcoin daily chart. Bitcoin rallied hard yesterday, but look where we are. We are stuck right under a critical moving average. I like the fact that we have a green star candle, so the MRI has reversed. We did reverse from a beautiful area of support, but my other TA did not really line up. And right now, I can't assume it's going to break out. As of right now, we have rallied into resistance, and that is why I am not in a rush to alter my position. The position has been lowered to 25% bullish, 25% bullish. We're still bullish. We're still long in the market, but not to 100% capacity. In order to be 100% long, we need to get above 27. I want to see it above all the moving averages. This candle is going to end in 8 hours, and the next candle will potentially allow 2 moving averages to cross over. But I want more than that. So I want the price to completely establish itself above all the moving averages. And that would allow me to go 100% long. I'm going to flip this to this side because it's very likely very soon I'll be putting that 100% label. It's unlikely I would go from 25% to say 50% to 80%. Like this is going to be all or nothing. We're going to go back into 100% bullish because the moving averages will allow us to do so. Have you given your views on the BlackRock ETF? Curious to see what you think of it, or I might have missed. Not on the YouTube channel. I've given a bunch of views on it in Twitter Spaces, on Swan Spaces, and our own Spaces. We're probably going to do our Spaces this weekend. I'm sure it's going to be one of the topics. I don't have much of an opinion on it. Let me zoom the camera in because I want to be able to see the fire in my camera. Okay, why is this not? Hold on. What the hell? Jesus, hold on. Close. Real. I want to zoom the camera in so I can see the fire better. In my mirror. And now I want to move the camera this way. There we go. Okay, yeah, it's better. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Like this one. Okay. So I don't have much of an opinion. I mean, none of it really matters. California wine contains arsenic. USA allows it. Other countries don't. I only drink imported wine. Um, Diane, I'm very health conscious, and this is like the first time I am hearing of this. I'm just opening up your YouTube channel. I wish YouTube had a way of like for people to message each other, because then I'd send you a message to send me more info on that. I am curious. If what you say is accurate, I would either look for specific American Californian wine doesn't that uh, that doesn't do that. And like for example, I don't like to drink tequila with additives. I only drink tequila that doesn't have additives, but additives are legal according to the Mexican laws on tequila. So, but some companies they are very clear that they don't use additives even though they're allowed. So get rid of all alcohol. You know, I would like to, but I don't know if it's possible. So yeah, I'd like to know more. Whoa, what is this? Oh, it's XRPBTC. Oh, I'm happy to see that go down. Daily it's bearish, weekly and monthly still bullish though. All right, long-term chart, still following the purple path, no big changes. YouTube used to have DMs. I know it used to have DMs, but I don't think they have DMs anymore, which kind of sucks. I mean, not that I want to get DMs, but I want to be able to like DM some people that comment in this channel. Tone, did you see the Hinman docs about the 2018 Ethereum is a commodity speech? I have not seen those docs. I'll have Joe Carlsari explain them to me. I haven't seen them. I always thought Hinman spoke for himself and he was misguided. That has always been my view. What Hinman said about Ethereum being sufficiently decentralized, I always saw that as one man's opinion and not legally binding. But everyone seems to assume that Ethereum is no longer a security because of Hinman's opinion. That has always been my view on the situation. I have not seen the docs. Guys, as every single day passes, I give a less I give less and less shits about shitcoin. I really don't care. Honestly, with every day that passes, I kind of care about the fundamentals of Bitcoin a little less and less. Like I still believe in Bitcoin, but I'm no longer like great Lightning Network. Like I'm not into the details of Bitcoin. I think it's the greatest currency we have, and I think everyone's going to use it. But I'm just I don't know. I'm not like it hasn't been interesting to me. The details of Bitcoin, like the hard challenges, I was there for fighting the tough fights, like the user activated soft fork, and then I fought for Taproot. And in hindsight, maybe Taproot was a mistake. Maybe it should have never been done, because look at the garbage with ordinals that we have to deal with. So maybe Taproot was a mistake. So I'm not in the Bitcoin details anymore. Same thing with the weekly chart, just like the daily chart. Yes, it's a nice rally, but this nice rally is not amounting to a bullish looking weekly chart. It is just not very bullish looking. The 4-day chart, this is our allocation. I am perfectly okay with the 25% bullish allocation. I'm not upset over it. The price still looks in a bearish posture, even with this rally. And same thing on a daily. It's a nice, it rallied into resistance. So let's see if it can bust against both moving averages. It's going to have to break both moving averages. It's going to have to break out of this channel. Bitcoin really needs to get above 27,000 in order for me to take the bullish case seriously. In fact, it may even have to break the prior swing high. In order, that's at 28,000. In order for me to really take the Bitcoin bull market seriously. Like right here, I was very, very bullish and optimistic because we've broken the prior swing high. And even though we rallied, excuse me, guys, didn't have time to mute, had to sneeze. And even though we rallied a lot to break this prior swing high, we still rallied a lot more and then kept going up. Right now, we're still in this crazy bearish posture. Twitter and Battle, I have no idea what that word is. Yeah, I do have allergies up here. Man, when I was in Japan, no allergies. It's beautiful. Maybe I should go move to Japan. Cone, you stop alcohol, but you have to want it. Like, it's hard to stop alcohol. Like, even when I come home, like, my family drinks too much. Like, we're always drinking. I'm always drinking. One day. Oh, I feel great. I wish I started working out again. Is it significant that we broke 25,000? Not really. ASML. I got to remember that one. Who do we have in moderators? Brian, you still with me? Throw that in the Q&A. So look, it's a nice rally, but it's not, it hasn't done anything. Like from a TA perspective, other than bouncing off of support at 25, it hasn't yet shown any bullish signs. And we do need to get above 27,000 to show that. All right, enough Bitcoin talk. Let's look at other stuff. Grayscale. Whoa. Whoa. What the? I had no idea. Wow. Anyone have an explanation? We rallied like 3 to 4 percentage points on the discount. That's great. That's awesome. Best decision of my life, and all that have quit alcohol. Oki, quit alcohol and you will work again. But alcohol is part of my work. Like, guys, like in my job, and my job is being social and meeting people and hanging out with people. And that's what gets me, people coming to my conferences, getting me speaking gigs. Like alcohol is actually part of my job. Like, I understand, like, if your job is, say, working with heavy machinery, alcohol is not exactly part of your job. Or if you're like a truck driver, alcohol is not exactly part of your job. But like, alcohol is actually part of my job. So it's a little harder to quit when alcohol is literally a part of your job. And when alcohol around you is always free. I'm at all these events. I'm at all these conferences. People want to take me out for a drink. It's like alcohol is actually part of my job. I know it sounds like the worst excuse in the world. Anyway, this is great. I've been waiting for the GBT for people to recognize that the Bitcoin under GBTC is actually there. Oh, how's my fire go? It's okay. And people start to eat away at that discount by picking up GBTC shares. It ain't free. Well, it's often free for me. People give me like bottles as presents. 1 second, let me just change something in the fire. My temperature on the drop down to 175, and that's too low. So the fire got a little bit further away from. There we go. I need my temperature to be over 200, between 2 and 250. If it goes to 300, it's okay. Not the end of the world. But yeah, now we're at 200. Now we're at 200. Ooh, 225. I don't want it to break 3 or even 275. No, but I don't think it will. Okay, in about 4 minutes. I'll put another log on. Yeah, see, now we're at 300, so might have gone a little far, but it's not gonna go much higher than this, so it's okay. All right. Move over so I can see it. Perfect. Okay. This is great to see. Oil closed the week at 71, and I can't wait to get the latest numbers on the siphoning of strategic oil reserve. Natural gas closed at a new swing high. I am, of course, now very bullish on natural gas, and I think we are going to go and hit that next level of resistance. The problem with non-alcoholic options is that a lot of them have a lot of sugar. Gold, I remain bullish on gold. Oh, now we're on the stocks. Wait, this should be S&P. I always mess this chart up. I think it's this one. Yep. S&P, man, am I bullish the S&P. And I remain bullish the S&P. And I think new all-time highs later this year or next year. Is cirrhosis of the liver part of your business? Well, every business has a downside, right? Cirrhosis of the liver is part of the risks of my business. I don't get drunk that often, and there's very few videos, there's very few pictures of Tone being drunk, and I've like gone through an entire bottle of like tequila, for example, right? Like I've gone through an entire bottle of tequila at like hanging out with friends playing poker, and yeah, I didn't feel great, but there were no crazy drunk Tone stories. My tolerance is unreasonably high. It's actually scary, which is why I should probably stop drinking. I don't drink alcohol for breakfast. I'm not that bad, and I don't drink alone. So those are the two things I don't do. I don't drink alone, and but I'm rarely like alone. I'm alone on streams, but I'm rarely like sitting alone. I don't drink alone, and I don't drink early in the day. Has to be at least past 2 o'clock. Did I see the Putin interview video on Twitter? You got to be more specific. Putin invited like bloggers and other media, even media critical to him, to sit down and ask him questions for like 3 hours. Like, imagine Biden doing that. It'll never happen. Yeah, I don't know why people are so fascinated with alcohol. I'm still eyeing JMIA for a beautiful reversal on a monthly scale. Oh, you sent it to me. I'm sure I replied. Was that the one about Putin putting nuclear weapons uh, uh in Belarus? Yeah, but we knew that. There's nothing new in that video. All right, so I gotta look at ASML and then we'll look at BIF Bitfarms, BIFT. ASML. Never heard of this. Well, it looks great. It looks bullish. There's one problem. It's coming up on a monthly MRI buy. On a weekly scale, it's bullish and has room to the upside. And on a daily scale, it's pretty bullish, but it's a little overextended. Beautiful MRI buy right here. So, I mean, I'd be a little worried on the monthly scale, but other than that, it looks pretty good. Oh man, it got windy. You guys hear the wind? Should put some socks on, actually. Fire's doing well. All right, let's look at Bitfarms. I don't see any descending triangles. I see ascending triangle, maybe. I just see a bullish chart. I told you guys this gap's not going to close, and it's probably won't. Looks very bullish. Looks great. Still has lots of room to the upside. Hey guys, the Financial Summit. I got to promote my events. The Financial Summit coming to the UAE, November 5 to 10. Awesome event. Check out our YouTube channel for more videos. Unconfiscatable, our flagship Bitcoin event, is coming to Las Vegas, December 7 and 8. I don't have much else to talk about. Hey, welcome. It's hard. Oh, let's take a look at the latest Fed projections. And we are at 25% no rate rise and 75% that they'll raise rates. Interesting. What's July 7 and 8? No. Unconfiscatable is December 7 and 8. Financial Summit, November 5 to 10. One study tested 65 red wines from 4 US states and found that all of them exceeded the EPA guidelines for drinking water, with an average arsenic level of 23 ppb, parts per billion. Interesting. Yeah, guys, the United States is one of like the worst. Well, like you think that the United States would care about people's health, but it doesn't. Ironically, that's the one thing that Europe has over the US is that they don't allow the kind of garbage the US allows in their food. Some of the European standards are actually a lot better, but that's temporary. I mean, Europe also is trying to kill every single cow. Oh, so let me go to recently watched history. Again, always dangerous. I just want to point to one video. So the other day I talked about how there are very serious charges on Donald Trump. Obviously, before I started smoking, I was checking out a couple of things. So these videos are hilarious. Joey B. Tunes has some of the funniest videos I've ever seen. So the other day I talked about Judge Napolitano and how he explained all of the charges against Trump and how they're serious and how Trump is very likely to go to prison about all the laws that he broke. It was interesting to watch. Oh, what's his name? What's this guy's name? Shoot. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot his name. Oh, I gotta click on the video. The hell's his? Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot his name. It would have been nice if you put it in the damn video description. Robert Barnes. There it is. Robert Barnes. And he basically ripped Napolitano, told him he needs to go back to law school. And he had the complete opposite view that all of these charges against Trump are totally bogus. And he's also a constitutional lawyer. So it was interesting to get the opposite take. I still think Trump's going to prison. But I hope that Barnes is right and they get all these charges thrown out. So that was interesting to listen to, like the opposite view on the Trump situation. All right, guys, I really don't have much else. Unless you have some good questions. Or I get someone to jump on the stream with me so we can just chat. Joey follows me on Gram. Joey the Toe, what is your channel? I'm not gonna dox it. He follows you where? Yeah, you don't have any info on your YouTube channel. You don't have any videos up. All right, my fire is going out. All right, moderators, throw some good questions in. Otherwise, the stream is gonna end in like 5 minutes. RFK versus Vivek. Look, I'll take Vivek, but like no one knows Vivek's name. Like he's not gonna get that far. RFK is a lead candidate right now. I mean, DeSantis is a maybe. Uh-oh. Yeah, I need to fix my fire situation here quickly. If the fire goes out, it becomes a royal pain in the ass. All right, that should get it back up and running. All right. What did I do yesterday? Which stock or where did I go into that bullish trade? Which stock was it? Who remembers? Who remembers what stock I went into a trade yesterday and then it like hit the stop loss? Please chat about how the big players acquiring a large amount of Bitcoin can potentially manipulate, control the price. Well, it's very, very easy. When you're the majority holder of any asset, you can dump that asset on the market and lower the price. You can then buy that asset back. You can certainly control the price of any asset with a large enough amount of that asset. It's very, very simple. Oh, it was space version. Okay. Oh, nope. I'm not going to change this chart. No, I just put I just fixed it. Yep. Oh, I gotta open that. It's getting too hot. Yep. Now we're up and running. Getting too hot. We're at 325. That's too much. We just went from 200 to 325 super quick. Let's bring that back a smidge. That goes in there. This goes here. And we're already down to 300. And yeah, that's good. Now, was it? Yeah, it was. All right, let's see where that closed on the day. We'll go to a 10-minute chart. So 5-minute chart. So where did I take on that long trade? I have a feeling I took on the long trade like back here somewhere. I think I took it like here. And then there was one more dip down. So I missed it by one. So like I said, the time to go long would have been properly above these highs, but I just showed you guys where my stop loss would be. So let's go through it. So my stop loss would have been right here below the doji candle. And obviously that stop loss got hit. Now, where would I go back into the trade? I would go back into the trade upon the break of the prior swing high. So it would have been the green star candle. So this would have been the trade, but it clearly didn't go all that high up. So this trade would have been also stopped out somewhere around this red candle for a slight profit or at worst break even. Did we close the gap? we didn't exactly close the gap. So it's very likely we will close this gap next week. But I do like the trend here. I like the trend. I think this trend will hold. But I don't like the CMF. Look at this disaster. The MACD is okay. The RSI is okay, but the CMF is a disaster. BlackRock is always a bad actor. I don't think at any point in history did BlackRock do anything good other than make money for their clients. But the way they make money for their clients is kind of evil. What do you think about leaps? I don't usually buy leaps. Leaps are long dated options. I would consider buying leaps if I'm writing covered calls against leaps. I teach this in my options course. Those interested, go to Vays Products and Services on-demand videos and buy the options course. I left it at a low price, $1,500. It's a really good course, 3-day course, and I talk about leaps in there. I don't think anyone really controls BlackRock. I mean, they're part of the club. When you're part of the club, as George Carlin says. Oh, speaking of George Carlin, I was on a plane and I watched the George Carlin documentary. The George Carlin 2-part documentary. It was really good. HBO's 2-part did this right here. So I watched this on the plane. It literally went through George Carlin's life since he was like 20 years old, all the way until his death. It was really, really interesting. Like there was a lot I didn't know about like his life. It's really good. I do recommend it. Let me see.
Oh, meet George Carlin. Hey, baby, what's that do? We got assholes, scumbags, jerk-offs, and dipshits. And they all vote. He was funny, he was smart, he was opinionated. I wanted to be just like him. He was just so cool. Here's the list of words you can't say all the time. Get this fuck, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. And the crowd goes crazy. Get this fucking cocksucker, motherfucker. They arrested me for profanity.
Supreme Court restricts the broadcast of dirty words.
Let me jump to it right now. He's the Beatles of comedy. I began this dream of standing in front of people and having their attention.
My mother was his biggest champion. She just had a way of lifting people up and believing in them. They were comrades in arms. But then what happened was superstardom. My mom was alone all the time. She's feeling left behind. And now the drugs are there. And that really did.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of drugs.
I did as much cocaine as there was in the immediate 3-county area at that time.
He had collapsed in on himself. My career began to wane. I had to find my voice. In 1988, we were going to go do the show to laugh at him. Comic, and Carlin came out like a howitzer. Now they're thinking about banning toy guns, and they're going to keep the fucking real one.
You didn't want to be that George Carlin anymore. You want to be a different George Carlin.
What I really was a rebel. Can't educate our young people, can't get health care to our old people, but we can bomb the shit out of your country, all right?
Stand up the hardest thing. He did the hardest thing for the longest time.
He was challenging society to be better. Life is sacred? Who said so? God? Hey, if you read history, you realize that God is one of the leading causes of death.
George still wrote. He changed comedy 3 or 4 times, and he's still talking to us.
Things that he was getting at were so profound to the culture.
What would you do if you were the planet trying to defend against this pesky species? Viruses.
They try to divide people so that they can run off with all the fucking money.
Bullshit is the glue that binds us as a nation. It's the American dream.
but you have to be asleep to believe it.
Yeah, it's a really good documentary. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna, whoa, get back to my meat. And I gotta take that fire down a smidge. And thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, sign up for the conferences. And I will see you all there. Bye, guys.